So participants, please confirm, is my screen visible and my audio properly
Yes.
audible? All of you are comfortable? Yes, great.
Yes,
Yes,
yes, clear.
Fantastic, fantastic.
yes, visible.
Thank you very much for the confirmation. Once again, welcome all of you to the first session on Lean Six Sigma Certification Training Program. So this is going to be the session overview. Straight away, we are going to understand what is Six Sigma performance. Then, what is Lean? Because we have been continuously, discussing about the term Lean Six Sigma. So let's completely understand the meaning of it, Lean and then Six Sigma. And then what is process improvement approach? How can we continually improve a process? When it comes to continual improvement, in Lean, we call it Kaizen. So what is this Kaizen approach? And then the meaning of operational excellence. And little history about Lean and Six Sigma, how all these concepts evolved. And DMAIC overview, RK has already spoke about it. However, I will give a detailed picture of the DMAIC and then the various belt levels, right? So this is going to be our learnings in the first session. All right. So straight away, if you ask me a question, what is Six Sigma performance? Then I would say it's a near perfect performance. In Six Sigma, we strive to achieve perfection. In Six Sigma, we strive to achieve perfection. Imagine we produce 1 million parts. We produce 1 million parts. If I produce 1 million parts, almost, in many, the chances are like there will not be any defect at all. But at the same time, in certain occasions, there can be 3 or 4 defects. The moment you achieve a Six Sigma capability for a particular process, let's say your car braking, any system, any process, requires perfection. Let's say you are the braking system in your car. Every time you apply the brake, what is your expectation? You want the brake to function as per the expectation. It has to stop the car, isn't it? If it doesn't stop, then you know the consequence. So there are many areas where perfection is expected, right? Like all of you are decided to do the Six Sigma certification. How many of you here, you want to clear the exam? All of you, isn't it? So none of you is, really interested in actually what do you call getting into a struggle. So we all seek perfection. So the moment you understand, establish system, try to establish process and continually improve the process. Monitor the capability of the process and ensure you achieve the capability minimum Six Sigma level. And ensure you achieve minimum Six Sigma capability. If you can go beyond that, yes, go for it. Nothing wrong. Nobody is going to stop you. As long as you have the muscles, you have, the, what do you call, the motivation, yes, and the requirement, you can improve further. And there is no end because 100% can never be achieved. Why? Because the world is designed in such fashion. Always there will be a certain amount of uncertainty in any process. You can't judge everything. You can't predict everything. Isn't it? There are controllable things. At the same time, there are few uncontrollable things. All of you agree with me? You can't control everything, right? We are not God. We are just, human being. We can definitely control the controllables, but we should also learn to live with the uncontrollables. So, but it doesn't mean that you should not strive for perfection. It doesn't mean that you should not strive for 100%. Strive for 100%. Then you will achieve a near perfect performance. All of you understand the meaning of near perfect performance? The success rate should be close to 100%. Let's say 99.99%. I also quantified the failure rate. If there are 1 million opportunities, how many failures are possible? 3 or 4. There are 1 million opportunities. 1 million times you are applying brake. How many times your vehicle may not stop within the expected distance? 3 or 4 times. But that is Six Sigma capability. But if your vehicle doesn't stop within the expected limits, 3 or 4 times out of 1 million, how many of you are agreeing to that capability? Is that okay? That capability is okay for you? Even in that case, even that is not okay, isn't it? 3 or 4 out of 1 million, yes, we feel a higher level of risk there. Then probably you may have to go for a higher capability, or otherwise you bring your vehicle under frequent monitoring, so that you adjust something, and so that the process will continue to perform at the higher level of capability. All right. So Six Sigma means near perfect performance. That means the success rate is close to 100%. And I would say 99.999%. 99.999%. In other words, the failure rate is just 3 or 4 occasions. Your process might see failure. Out of how many occasions? 1 million occasions. All of you, do you know what is 1 million? 1 million is how many lakhs? 10 lakhs. Out of 10 lakh occasions, 3 or 4 occasions, there can be a failure. Something unexpected might happen. Your requirement may not be fulfilled. This is what do we call it as non-conformance. This is what do we call it as non-conformance. Any form of non-conformance can be called as defects. In Six Sigma terminology, any non-conformance will be to customer requirement will be called as defects, right? So Six Sigma means near perfect performance and 99.999% success. At the same time, the failure rate will be 3 or 4 occasions out of 1 million occasions. Particularly in Six Sigma, we don't use the word occasions, we use the word opportunities. Opportunities for a failure. If there are 1 million opportunities for a failure, our process will tackle everything perfectly. But 3 or 4 opportunities, our process might fail. The failure rate, if I have to declare a failure rate, it is 3 or 4 defects out of 1 million opportunities. All of you are comfortable with my explanation? So what is Six Sigma performance? Success rate is 99.999. Failure rate is 3 or 4 defects out of 1 million opportunities. Oh, yeah, in literatures, it is written as 3.4 DPMO. In literature, it is written as 3.4 DPMO, where what does DPMO stands for? Defects per million opportunities. All right. And now let's take a simple example. You all know Mumbai Dabbawalas, right? They have been the case studies discussion in all business schools. They appeared in numerous newspapers, including the Forbes magazine. In that magazine, they highlighted that the Dabbawalas of Mumbai, they are performing at a capability much higher than the Six Sigma capability. They are performing at a capability much higher than Six Sigma capability. And what is our current understanding about Six Sigma capability? Just 3 or 4 defects, 3 or 4 failures, 3 or 4 mistakes out of 1 million opportunities. But these people's capability is much ahead of Six Sigma capability. The article also highlighted that they make a mistake of, they make one mistake out of 16 million transactions. Are you able to recognize their performance is ahead of Six Sigma capability? Because in Six Sigma, what is our understanding? Our process might fail 3 or 4 times.
3 or 4 times.
3 or 4 times we will see a failure out of 1 million. But look at their performance. One mistake out of 16 million transaction. What do they transact? They collect your lunchbox and bring it to your office, and again they reverse it in the evening. This is known as one transaction. There are a set of 5,000 people known as Dabbawalas in Mumbai who perform these kind of transactional activity. So in a day, they transact about 2 lakh lunch boxes. Now tell me, how many days they consume to complete 16 million transaction? How many days are required for them to complete 16 million transaction?
80 days.
80 days. So 80 days once they attract or they have a tendency to attract customer complaint. 80 days once, that too 80 working days once, they have a tendency to attract customer complaint. This is clearly ahead of Six Sigma capability. And just ask yourself, how many complaints you are attracting? Are you attracting a complaint every day, every
Yes.
week, every month?
every
There
every
could be
every day,
areas. Yes, Gurupreet, yeah,
every day. Yeah,
every day. There could be
there are
areas.
there, yeah, there are a lot of opportunities
Good.
process is
So there
providing us
could
every
be
day.
exactly. There could be areas where complaints might be flowing like anything every now and then, right? So, but look at the people who are involved. If you write by reading from my screen, you could understand: are they engineers? Are they MBAs? Are they science graduates? No, they're all average people. Yes or no? They're
Yes.
not trained. They're not yellow belts. They're not green belts. They're not black belts. They're all trained. They're not trained. They're all average people. In fact, some of them are below average. Still, what could be the secret? What could be the secret for their success? Such a higher level of success. They've been backed up by a
Clear
nice
process.
system. They all have been backed up by a very nice system. Yes or no? So, what
Yes.
is a system? Several elements together forms a system. Yes or no? And process, the processes they follow are a subset of their system. All of you agree with me? The processes they follow are, the subset of a system. So they have a system, they have a process which is, very much, which is designed in a very convenient manner for the people who are working in the system. Yes or no? Somehow the process and the system are developed in a way that the entire environment is more convenient for all the stakeholders, particularly the people who are executing the process. Maybe some kind of color coding they might be using, yes or no? Some kind of numbering system they are using. They are not educated, but still they could read numbers. They're not educated, but still they could identify the colors. So make your process and system, convenient to the people who are working on your processes. That's very important. So don't no continue the game of blaming people for the failures. Absolutely, there is no need to blame the people for the failures. Rather, we can always criticize processes, always criticize system, and then make the affect the improvement there. Yes or no? If you can make the process and system more and more convenient to the people who are working as part of the system and as part of the process, and certainly failures will go down. And then your success result or success rate can go up. This is what is actually happening here. I think all of you are able to agree to that. Yes or no? So, so this is the story about traditional dabawalas. All right. Now coming on to the modern dabawalas. You all know the modern dabawalas, right? Swiggy, Zomato, and they're also bringing your food, but not from your house, but from the restaurant of your choice. Are you happy with their performance? Are they attracting just one complaint out of 80 days? How many complaints, they might be attracting? Any guess? There are so many complaints, isn't it? Because we're all the customers of these people, Swiggy and Zomato. So tell me, what are the failures you come across, or what are the what do you call disappointments you had with them? All of them are nothing but the failures, right? And any form of failure can also be called as a defect. not delivering your food within the committed time is a defect. It's a non-conformance because they made a commitment, food will be delivered in 30 minutes, but actually it is not delivered within 30 minutes. It is delivered beyond 30 minutes. So there is a non-conformance, there is a defect happening. Now, what is the problem? Is it the mistake of the delivery boy? Tell me. Something to do with the process. Unless and until you change your mindset, no, and try to have the intention to convert your approach from people-centric to process-centric, you can't think of a big business. Yes or no? So always you have something to do with the process. The moment you realize your processes are extremely good, then you can probably, also give importance to improving your people. Maybe you can, equip them with better skills or appoint some better people, and all of these things you can do. But the priority should be first on the process. Right. So tell me, all of you, maybe I would like to hear from all of you. What are all the kind of failures you have faced with the Swiggy and Zomato or similar service provider? What are your disappointments? What are your frustrations? What are your non-conformances and failures you have witnessed? Come on. One is the timing. Yes.
Poor quality food.
Poor quality food. This is definitely a point for long-term consideration. Do you think Swiggy and Zomato, they also make the food for you once you place the order? Are they making
No,
the
sir.
food also for you?
No.
Food is provided by the hotel, isn't it?
Hotel. Interchanging
And
the orders, sir.
customers are well aware of it. Customers are well aware of it. So Swiggy or Zomato, they are responsible only for the timely delivery and orderly delivery of the item. But they are not responsible for the taste of the item. The taste can differ from hotel to hotel, isn't it? This is definitely not a short-term requirement, but maybe a long-term requirement. I don't deny your point, because as a customer, you expect any platform to bring you the quality food, yes or no? So that is also your expectation. But then this is definitely a long-term expectation.
No, actually, we are
Even
selecting the hotel, right? It is not Zomato. So we
Yeah,
select
we
the
are
restaurant. So, and we are responsible partner.
exactly. So it is not in the scope of the service offered by Swiggy or Zomato right now. I'm using the word right now because if they continue doing the same thing for every customer, then everybody will move away from the platform and then go to some other platform. Yes or no?
Yes.
So definitely this should also be a consideration for long-term survival, long-term existence, and long-term success of the organization. So they might consider this for a long-term requirement. Maybe in a long term, you know what they do? They will not onboard certain hotels. They may remove certain hotels from the listing if they attract no poor reviews and ratings. Do you get my point? So your requirement is definitely a consideration for a long-term approach, but in the short term, it is clearly out of scope. All of you understand? But any kind of requirement that comes within the scope of your business, your product, your service, you must definitely take care. All right. So one is timely delivery. And number two, I'm yet to get the number two. What is number two?
Mismatch of orders.
What is it, sir?
Mismatch of orders.
Yeah, mismatching of orders. You ordered a vegetarian food, but
Yes.
then you are delivered with a non-vegetarian food, right?
Yeah.
So sometimes this happens. Very good. Mismatch of foods. Other
I would
failures?
like, I would like to one more important thing. The first important thing is mismatch of address. So, from on behalf of Swiggy, the first important thing they could do is they have to improve the validation process of the addressee. So, for example, they can do that immediately we place the order. Immediately they should call us and get the validation of our address and the landmark, and so that there should not be any misinformation or misunderstand by the delivery person also.
Correct. Very correct. But this is something to do with the cause of the problem, right? This
Yes.
is something we can say as cause of a particular problem. But we are right now interested in noting down the problem. not delivering the food on time is a problem. And the
Also,
mismatching of the item is a problem. And working with the wrong address, mismatch of the address, and these are all causes. Right?
okay.
Whatever frustrations customer see or face, they're all, the defects. They're all the failures. Right? Anything leads to the customer dissatisfaction, we can consider that as a failure. But something that happens internally, they are the causes.
Okay.
We need to fix those causes so that customer satisfaction is taken care. So one is delayed delivery. Another thing is mismatch of the items. The third one is packaging issues. Am I right?
Yes, sir. I
Your
was
food
about to
is,
say.
yeah, your food is not intact. There are leakages and there are damages. So packaging
Yes.
issues. And number 4, behavioral aspects. The delivery boy is not, professionally behaving. He is not speaking the language properly, or he is not dressed up properly, or he is not hand delivering the item properly. So these are all behavioral aspects. And there can be pricing issues. They may overcharge you on the delivery fees compared to other platforms. By that also you get frustrated. Your food is 100 rupees, but delivery charge is 200 rupees. Now you are really getting irritated. And there can be some technical issues. Your order is not getting accepted. You have selected all the items, but then your order is. So can you see n number of opportunities for failure?
Yes.
Can you see n number of opportunities? Yes, Satish? Yeah.
Sir, I have a query, sir. Maybe I need your suggestion or clarification. So when we say
Please.
about this packaging aspect, probably again it would be the scope of the restaurant, but we would be precisely calling it as a mishandling of the package. Probably, can we say it like that, sir?
Yeah. See, again, packaging is definitely has to be, taken care in the current time itself. Right? So you can see now Swiggy and Zomato, they have come up with some additional covers. So this is only to
Yes, sir.
ensure, standardize the process. A hotel can have different kind of packaging, but the moment it is handed over to the delivery boy, they put some additional cover over that, or ask the hotel
Yeah.
fellow to follow that cover so that the food remains intact. And then, it is also, but to certain extent, yes. Suppose if the food is a liquid item, maybe the hotel fellow should also understand, and then, that should
Yes,
be taken care. Definitely the handling is your point
Yes,
is
sir.
valid, but then it is definitely in the current requirement.
Yes, sir.
All
I
right.
think with
So
this further enhancement, moving forward, their scope could be to enhance with the cloud kitchen, their own cloud kitchen. Then the scope would be much more enhanced.
yeah, that is already started happening. They are operating their
Yes,
own
sir.
kitchens in certain places where orders are high, and there they
Yes, sir.
obviously have to work on everything because they become
Correct,
the
sir.
restaurant. So right now
Correct, sir.
we are
Correct, sir.
able to list down certain failures. Now I want to ask all of you a very important question. Take up one failure and then tell me, will you be able to measure your performance against that particular failure opportunity? Say for example, food is not getting delivered on time. So many customers are raising a complaint about that. Now you are the manager or you are the head for the particular area. Now you have to somehow arrest this particular complaint. What is the complaint right now? Food is always delivered late. Now tell me, what will be your approach? What is that you would like to measure, and what is that you would like to improve?
How many?
So understand what is causing delay, the root cause.
Yeah. Before going
Sir,
to the root cause,
sir, first,
my question is, let me reframe the question. How will you measure your performance against that particular failure? You very well know that
We have to
deliveries
track
are
down.
getting delayed. Now,
so
what is the metric you will look at?
We have to track down the number of customers who have raised the complaints regarding this issue, regarding the
Yeah.
issue.
The number of customers
The
placed
number.
order
Yeah.
and number
Okay.
of customers who are actually made a complaint about the
Yeah.
delivery time.
Yes.
This is one way of measuring your performance, right? Like
Like
the
having a
rate of
20%
complaint.
out of that.
Yeah, right.
You
yeah,
are
right,
coming
right.
out with the metric complaint rate
Ah.
specific to delayed delivery.
Delay.
But what is my next question is, what is your current performance? Current performance, again, you tell in terms of percentage. See, there is a problem with the percentage. All of you need to understand. And the problem with the percentage is it only tells the percentage of events gone wrong. To what extent it has gone wrong? That is my next question. Is that delivered 5 minutes late? Or is it delivered 1 hour late? Or is it delivered 3 hours late? Do you get my point? My
Yes,
next
yes,
question
yes,
is,
yes.
what is the amount of frustration your customers are going through? Are you missing the target by a small margin, or are you missing the target by a big margin? This question you will not be able to understand. You will not be able to answer if you just monitor the percentage. Yes or no?
Yes.
Many a times we all do the mistake. So this mistake, we only try to understand the percentage of failures that are happening. We really do not have any intention to understand the intensity of pain your customer is going through. Yes or no? Now, what metric you will look at now?
Time only, the duration.
We should then we should measure the exact delivery time for
Time.
each and every delivery. We should measure the exact delivery time, the time consumed by Swiggy or Zomato to deliver the item for each and every order. Now, delivery time, there is a metric coming. A delivery time, a metric coming, isn't it? And now this delivery time, do you think they are measuring the delivery time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The moment you place the order, the moment the restaurant accepts the order, the clock starts.
Order
You
time
might
is
have noticed they are penalizing themselves. When an item is delivered late, they give you some 100 rupees coupon. This is only to self-monitor their performance against a particular customer requirement, and hence they will they will push themselves towards an improved performance. All of you can see that they are challenging themselves, and hence they are forced to improve their performance, and now they have removed the coupon system because they got a confidence that yes, we have really improved on, isn't it? That means they started monitoring a metric for each and every delivery. The metric is delivery time. A definition exists for the delivery time. What is the definition? The time lapsed between an order, between the moment order is accepted by the restaurant and the moment item is delivered to the customer. Yes or no? This is the definition. If a proper definition exists, and then an unit of measurement also exists. How are they measuring the delivery time? In terms of minutes or even in terms of seconds? I think they measure in terms of minutes, right? So now this metric which we are measuring is known as CTQ metric. Is known as CTQ metric. What does CTQ stand for? Critical to quality characteristics. The moment you correct your particular CTQ, then the chance of problem happening with respect to the same CTQ is now reduced or eliminated. Yes or no?
Yes.
So you need to understand all the CTQs involved in your service. CTQs are applicable for your product also. So CTQ stands for critical to quality characteristics. Is that clear to all of you? If there are 10 CTQs, then you need to understand there are 10 opportunities for failure. If there are 100 CTQs, there are 100 opportunities for failure. You see, your quality inspectors, quality control officers, quality control engineers in the company, they check those CTQs, yes or no, before passing the product. They check the diameter, they check the surface finish, they check the resistance, they check the current flow, because all of them are critical characteristics. We call them as critical to quality characteristics. Clear, all of you? Now, Swiggy or Zomato, we just now discussed, there are 5 or 6 opportunities, isn't it? There are 5 or 6 opportunities for failure in each delivery. So based on each failure, you must derive CTQs. You have to do some drill down exercise. Maybe you have to brainstorm, you have to, what to say, do a kind of drill down and try to identify a metric. Because the advantage is the moment you identify a metric, your performance becomes measurable. What cannot be measured cannot be improved. You will continue failing. So you have to bring the measurability. The moment you bring the measurability and you are actually able to measure, then the metric should be called as CTQ metric. To arrest one failure, you may have to work on one metric or you may have to work on multiple metrics. It depends on the kind of failure. All of you agree? Ultimately, all the metrics should be called as CTQs, critical to quality characteristics. Nothing but the specifications of your product and service. Nothing but the specifications of your product and service. If you are going to a bank for availing a loan, there are certain metrics you will be interested in. Yes or no? What are the metrics you will be interested in before availing a loan? You will obviously look at the interest rate. You will obviously look at the loan processing time. You will obviously look at the loan processing charge. You will obviously try to understand the number of documents they are collecting from you. If a bank comes forward with better CTQs, CTQs, which are better than any other bank, what will happen? All of us will go to that bank only. So it is fundamentally the CTQs we need to take care, whether it is a product or a service. If you take care of your CTQs, customer satisfaction is guaranteed. If you take care of the CTQs, failure is prevented. Non-conformances are prevented. Suppose if you don't take care of few CTQs, what will happen? Few failures will happen. Right? So you need to take care of your CTQs. Taking care of your CTQs means what? You need to have processes which will always deliver products and services, ensuring all the CTQs expected by the customers are well within the limits preferred by the customers. Yes or no? So CTQ means a measurable metric. And for each measurable metric, customer always sets a target. Always sets a target. And also gives you some allowance. Say, for example, delivery time. Customer says you have to deliver the food within 30 minutes. That means the target time is 30 minutes. But the range of value is anything between 0 to 30 is acceptable. The lower limit is 0. The upper limit is 30. Any value within this limit is acceptable by the customer. All of you are able to follow me, everything. There are many terminologies you are learning right now. First, you understood what is Six Sigma capability, right? Then now you are able to understand what is a CTQ, right? Critical to quality characteristics. And every CTQ is measurable in nature. A definition exists, a formula exists, and a unit of measurement also exists. Wherever you understand there is a problem with writing down a definition, please understand that means your measurability is getting affected. If a definition is not available, that means your problem understanding is itself is lagging. So wherever you are not able to before arriving on the measurable metric, first to make the problem statement very, very specific. There is no point of simply saying that, sir, the quality is not good. Quality is not good means quality is the ocean. What is not good? You should actually come forward and ask the next question. What is exactly not good? Sir, there is a delay. Oh, you are talking about which delay? Yeah, I'm talking about food delivery. So likewise, the specification has to be arrived. The problem must be specific, or the requirement must be specific, and then you make it measurable by writing down a proper definition, writing down a proper formula, and finding out a proper unit of measurement. Suppose if you are not able to write down a formula, not able to measure, find out a unit of measurement, then you need to rely on surveys. You need to rely on survey, isn't it? Because you are not able to measure your own performance by yourself, you are now forced to ask others. Which is better? Finding a way to measure our performance is better, or relying on others is better? Come on, all of you.
Measuring our
Measuring is a better.
So, which requires a lot of proactive approach, effort, yes or no? You need to think about how things can go wrong. What are we doing with respect to that? How are we measuring our own performance? Have you ever asked all these questions? That's very, very important. If you are able to measure your own performance against your customer requirement, you will know what to correct. You will know where to improve. Otherwise, you need to rely on asking your customer only. Many companies, they rely on surveys heavily. This is a kind of reactive approach, please note. Okay. So, and moreover, surveys are not always accurate. Agree, all of you?
Yes.
Customer mood, and sometimes you don't know what question to ask. So your questionnaire itself is not designed properly. The options are not defined properly. Then your surveys, can give a poor quality information. So try to measure your performance yourself, for which thorough understanding of the customer requirement is very, very important. Make the requirement specific, then find a way to measure it with an appropriate unit of measurement. And this is what in measure phase we will be learning. As you know, in the measure phase, we'll be learning the same under the tool data types. Data exists in different format. There is a measurable data. There is also non-measurable data. The measurable data is known as continuous data. The non-measurable data are known as attribute data. We will be discussing that in the measure phase. So now, let us do a small kind of calculation here. So imagine you are the area manager for a particular pin code. There are a lot of customer complaints happening. There are a lot of customer complaints happening with respect to the Swiggy or Zomato kind of service. And let us say in 1 hour time, they get about 1,000 orders. In 1 hour, how many orders they are getting? 1,000 orders. Just for assumption, in every order, there are 6 failures possible. How many failures possible? 6. So what is the opportunities for failure? Number of opportunities we are assuming right now? 6. Opportunities for failure is 6. Now, how many orders in 1 hour? 1,000 orders. Now, can you tell me what is the total number of opportunities for failure now? What will be the total number of opportunities?
6,000.
6,000. Suppose if everything goes wrong, every single order, all 6 failures are happening. Now the maximum number of failures you can see is 6,000. Now how are you performing with respect to this? By the time you complete 1,000 orders, your call center has received 100 complaints. Your call center have received 100 complaints. Please write down all these numbers. 1,000 orders, 6 opportunities for every failure. So total opportunities is 6,000. And now how many complaints your customer support has received? 100 complaints. And each complaint, let's say on an average, talks about 2 failures. What is a failure? Defect. Each complaint talks about 2 defects. So what is the total number of defects happened? 100 complaints, and each complaints, there are 2 defects.
200.
Now what is the 200 defects happened? Total opportunities 6,000. Will you be able to calculate your performance under this scenario? And you need to tell me a metric. You need to tell me a metric so that I can compare your performance against your competitor. In Six Sigma, we use defects per million opportunities. Defect per million opportunities. And before calculating defects per million opportunity, I request all of you to calculate defect per opportunity. What is the formula for defect per opportunity? like RK's method, question contains the answer. What is the question? Defect per opportunities. So what will be the formula? Number of defects divided by
Number of opportunity.
Number
Total opportunity.
total opportunities. Very good. Number of defects divided by total opportunities.
Is by
Please apply your
opportunities.
numbers. Number of defect, you said 200
200.
divided by total opportunities, you said
6,000.
6,000. And tell me, what is that number? What is that number? You can.
3.33%.
3.33, sir. 3.33.
Oh, really?
sir.
3.33 is coming. I don't
0.
agree. I will write something here. See, we can take an Excel and then do everything in a very simple manner, but I really want all of you to do some max yourself, no, so that you understand how important it is.
0.03.
Now I agree.
0.033.
0.033.
See here, number of defects, we understood 200. Defects are 200. And opportunities for failure, we call it. Opportunities for failure is 6.
6,000.
And number of orders is 1,000.
1,000.
So the total opportunity is 6,000. Now I want you to calculate defects per opportunity, defects per opportunity, which is nothing but defects divided by total opportunity. Your defect is 200, your total opportunity is
6,000.
6,000. So what is the answer? It is DPO
0.0.
0.03. And now
03.
I want you to calculate DPMO. What is DPMO? You have DPO, but you need DPMO. Only M has to come.
Defects per
Imagine,
million.
imagine a cost of 1 apple is 1 rupee. Then what will be the cost of 1 million apple? 1 million rupee.
1 million.
Here apple is nothing but your DPO. What is required is DPMO. So DPMO equal to your DPO multiplied by 10 to the power 6. So what will happen? So what is your DPMO now? All of you understand?
Yes, sir.
See, the DPMO is 30,000. The DPMO is 30,000. How many order you placed? How many order you processed? How many order you have processed?
1,000 orders.
1,000 orders.
1,000
But what
orders.
is your DPMO right now?
30,000. 30,000.
30,000. It looks like, everything is going wrong. So this approach can bring more problems to the surface. And you need to bring down the DPMO from current level 30,000 to less than 3.4. Six Sigma performance means the DPMO should be less than or equal to 3.4. In order to say our process is performing at Six Sigma capability, the DPMO must be, let me write here, Six Sigma capability. Six Sigma capability means the DPMO must be lesser than or equal to 3.4. That means your success rate should be 99.999666%. Understand all of you? 99.999666%. All of you understand everything we are discussing right now? Are you able to follow me?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. OFE. I have written OFE. OFE means opportunities for error. Opportunities for error. Right? There is a question in the chat box which asks for the clarification about OFF. But I have written OFE. See, I have made this job, very simple. I will show you. I have created a template. In fact, I will share those templates with all of you. And let me open that Excel template because you don't have to do all these calculations yourself. And as you travel with us, we will be sharing with you number of templates, and all these templates can simplify your job. Right. So let me open an Excel file. Hope all of you are now able to see my screen, right? The Excel screen, Excel file.
No.
Yes or no?
No, sir, still not. No, sir.
Really? Okay, I will share. Okay, I'll share. So now you should be able to see my Excel file. It contains so many project data. Now the first sheet, let us look at the first sheet. I made all these calculations, easily workable. Now tell me, for the given discussion, what is the number of defects you observed? 200, right?
Yes.
I am typing 200. Number of sample is nothing but number of orders. Number of orders is 1000. And opportunities for error. For each order, how many opportunities? 6, right?
6.
Now you provide only this information. Oh God, I think we have done some mistake. And now what is the DPMO?
33,000.
33,333. Because one of you told me 0.03, but actual DPO is 0.03333. So DPMO is 33,333. We have not done much, isn't it? We only fed this information. Now this is giving us the report. Should I share this format with all of you?
Yes, sir. Please.
Yeah, it will be definitely helpful. You can handle numerous situations. Suppose in the exam you get a question. Calculate the DPMO. You are checking a laptop. There are 7 characteristics, the quality inspector is checking. So that means what is the opportunity for error? 7. There are 7 things he is checking, right? So 7 opportunities. Now 1000 laptops are checked. 1000 laptops are checked and the defects reported are 89. You can handle that scenario, isn't it? So DPMO, it can calculate DPMO. Look here. Straight away, the DPMO is converted into sigma level. What is the sigma level you are able to see here?
3.5.
Yeah, 1 minute. 1 minute. Oh, sigma level you are able to see is 3.33. Can you see all of you?
Yes.
All right. Now, if I go to the next sheet, here DPMO, let me type our DPMO, 33,333.
Sir, one question. So before that sigma level, that is 1.8 was there, no? What is that?
Yeah, that is a long-term sigma level. This is short-term sigma level.
Okay.
That means what is your current performance and what can be your future performance.
Okay.
If you know your current performance, let us say currently you are working at a 1% rejection rate. If I come to your factory after 6 months, what will be the condition of your rejection rate? Will it be 1% or little more? It depends on the discipline we follow, isn't it? At the same time, but natural tendency is machines can become old. Your tools can worn out. And so the tendency is the long-term performance, will deteriorate downwards. So your current sigma level of 3.33 is expected to drop. And then in the near future, it will be 1.5 down. So 3.3, when I subtract 1.5, it becomes 1.8. Always in terms of sigma level, the statistical assumption is the sigma level will differ by an amount of 1.5 in the long term. Whatever you calculate, that is, the short-term capability. And for the same process, the long-term capability can be predicted by subtracting what? 1.5. Now let me go here. Now 33,333. Yes.
Sir, I just have a doubt. Like in the discrete data situation, you are projecting one more value called a TOFE, I think so.
Okay. TOFE.
Is it actually percentage or how do you calculate? Like say that I have 1000.
TOFE stands for total opportunities for error.
Okay.
We discussed, opportunities. When opportunities are 6 and there are 1000 samples, then the total opportunity is 6,000.
That is what, like say that 1000 sample is 1000 Swiggy orders, and the 6%, it is 6% or 6 orders out of 1000 orders going failed.
No, that's an opportunity for error. There could be a possibility error of 6 errors in an order.
Okay,
that's what
they're seeing 6 factors, and based on 6 factors, they can see output.
See,
Got
according
it.
to your sample, the maximum number of non-conformances you can report is 6,000. That is the meaning.
Hmm.
If I conduct you an exam with 100 questions,
Hmm.
maximum how many questions you can answer wrongly?
100.
All 100. So that is your total opportunity for failure,
Okay.
right? And if there are 10 students writing, then 100 into 10, 10,000 is the TOFE, right? What is the total opportunity for failure is just estimated. Ultimately, we land in DPMO, we land in sigma level. All right. So now we move on. So DPMO, I'm typing here 33,333. Now what happens to the sigma level? Can you see here, all of you, in orange color box? What is the sigma level? 3.33. So now, as a head of the operation, I wanted to bring down this DPMO. Let us say this 33,000, I am reducing to 3,000. Now what happens to my sigma level?
4 point increase.
Sigma level is increasing. Now I further improve. My DPMO is, I bring down the DPMO to 333. Now further improvement happens in my sigma level. Can you see that? Now finally, I bring it to 33. Now my sigma level is 5.5. Now I make it 3.4. Oh, sorry. Now I make it 3.4. Now what do you understand? Sigma level is?
6.
So now you have another definition of 6 sigma capability. 6 sigma capability means your DPMO will be 3.4 or less. All of you are with me? Your DPMO is 3.4 or less. Clear?
Okay.
Any questions? Any questions on this? Any questions right now? And now please tell me, will you be able to measure your performance with respect to your customer requirements? Will you be able to measure your performance with respect to your customer requirement? First of all, you should have the list of CTQs. And then you should be able to measure every CTQ. And then if any CTQ is found beyond the acceptable limit of the customer, you should record it as a defect. And then if you take a random sample of 100, 1,000 or 10,000, then you will know your process capability. Process capability can be measured in terms of DPMO. And then DPMO can be converted into sigma level. There is a conversion relationship which we can use and then calculate. Now, we might have asked all of you to purchase Gems chocolate. Am I right?
Yes.
Have you purchased? Can you show the Gems chocolate on the screen?
No, sir. Today morning only we came to know.
Okay. No problem. You can watch others using the Gems chocolate. Yes. So people are having Gems chocolate. Now, this is the product. This is the product. And let us measure the capability, process capability, or the capability of the process of making and packing gems. Clear? In order to measure the capability of any process, we need to first of all define the requirements. We need to first of all define the requirements. For simplicity, I'm going to consider only 5 requirements. For simplicity, because when you actually go to the real time, customer requirements can be many. I want to consider only 5 requirements. Listen to me very carefully. Don't open the Gems chocolate till I instruct you to open. Let it be the same condition. So first requirement, the number of chocolates inside the pack should be 10. Because we advise you to buy a 5 rupees pack, it should be 10 units inside. All of you understand the first requirement? The first requirement is about the count of the chocolates inside. Is it defined? Is it specific, measurable? Measurable, right? So if you open, you will be able to measure, but please wait. First requirement is count. Second requirement is crack. Crack means broken chocolates, some kind of damage, some sign of scratch or crack. How many pieces are cracked? If you find a piece cracked, then that's a failure. That is a defect. You should be able to count the total number of cracks in the packed gems chocolate with you. So 2 requirements I have defined. Customer requirement is there must be 10 chocolates and every chocolate must be crack free. Clear? Third requirement, color. Customer do not want any chocolate to have a faded color. Color should not be faded. It should be, bright. And another thing is, color should not get mixed up. Every chocolate should have a single color only. If you are able to notice 2 colors or colors, overlapping with others, they're all defects. Will you be able to check the third requirement, all of you? Is it measurable? Maybe you don't have any, measuring instrument. I know you use your eye, the God-given instrument, right? Use your eye and see whether the color is okay or not. Visual inspection. If it is okay, it's okay. Your decision is final. Now, how many CTQs defined so far? 3. Now, the fourth one. Fourth one is shape of the chocolate. Chocolate should be circular. It should be round. You all know the definition of round, right? Round means there are no sharp corners. It should be smooth edge, no sharp corner. It should not be elliptical. It should not be distorted. If you see any piece of chocolate not round, having a sharp corner, having distorted shape, that should be classified as another defect. Clear, all of you? Fourth defect also I have explained. Now the last very important one, the taste of the chocolate. You need to perform the check in the same order I am explaining, right? If you change the order, you know what will happen. You will not be able to capture the data, right? The fifth one is taste. And you might have 10 chocolates inside. You don't have to consume all 10 to judge on the taste. Take a sample out of the sample and then you can judge the taste. If one is good, all good. If one is bad, all bad. That is the rule. All of you are with me? 5 requirements, 5 CTQs. Now I have given you the way, explained you the way to measure the CTQs. Please write down, cut open your pack now. Please write down the details in your notebook and then I will be collecting it from you. And once we finish up this exercise, we'll go for the break. Maybe all of you can come on video because we are just doing some kind of exercise right now.
So this CTQ to be evaluated per pack, sir, pack wise.
Every
Pack one
pack,
and
yeah.
pack two.
I will be collecting all the information from all the participants and then we'll consolidate and we'll find out the DPMO. Samples are random sample. Can you see that? You people have purchased the sample randomly from your market, nearby market. It's a random sample and we have to follow that right now. Yes, you have 2 packs. Very good. Very wealthy person.
Both packets to be opened or only one?
Yeah, you can open both packets and we'll get double readings from you. Yeah. Meanwhile, I will create a template in Excel so that our calculation becomes much easier. Okay. I am ready with a simple template. If you people are also ready with your data, then I will capture it. All of you, are you participating? Even if you do not have chocolate, at least you can come on video and then see. Yeah. Santosh, you have to mute yourself. Yes. Okay, are you ready? Anybody is ready? If you are ready with the data, yes, I'm interested in collecting. And now those who are idle, you can answer me this question. What is the product we are having?
Gems.
5 rupees gems chocolate.
5 rupees. Gems.
And what does DPMO stands for? Defects per million opportunities. We want to calculate that. What is our understanding about defect? Defect means
any cracked in this gem packet, any cracked item or
yeah. Give a common definition. Give a common definition. Any form of non-conformance. Register these, definitions. This only can make you to think better. Any form of non-conformance. The tea break is supposed to start by 11 o'clock, but we have exceeded already. Can you see that? Now we are committing a defect, right?
That
Whenever a requirement is not fulfilled, it is a non-conformance. It is a defect. There is a scope for improvement. All right. So that is understood. So in the Gems chocolate, how many characteristics you are checking, all of you? 5.
Five.
So the defect
Five.
opportunities are 5.
Yes.
Now the count is requirement is every pack should have 10. Crack customer requirement is there should not be any crack. And shape must be round, circular, no sharp corner. Color should not be faded, should not have mixed colors. Taste, you are going to judge okay, not okay. Now let us go packet by packet based on our, right now we have some quality inspectors who are, checking the product. Let me collect the information from them. So who is ready with the data? First person. Please tell your name.
Gurupreet Singh.
Okay, we'll go with the Gurupreet. Yes, Gurupreet. So how many chocolates you had actually in the pack?
9.
How many chocolates?
9.
Okay, only 9. One shortage. So I am putting count defect as 1. Do you understand?
Okay.
I'm putting count defect as 1. How about the color? Any color issue?
Yes. Mixed. Color mixed.
How many? Just I want the count.
3 brinjal and 3 orange.
No problem. 3. But that's good actually noting down the colors also. But I'm only right now interested in noting down the numbers. Now crack. Are there any chocolates cracked in your case? 1
2.
cracked. Any shape
2.
issue? Or 2 cracked? Any shape issue?
Yeah. All are not same identical. They are 2 different.
Okay. And how about the taste? You like the taste?
Yeah. Taste is good.
Taste is good. And you have, I believe you had 2 packets, right? Have you checked both the packs?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
both
How about the other
packets.
pack? You tell me the other pack also.
Same result.
Same result. Exactly same result. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay. I will just copy paste. So this is going to be Gurpreet 2. Okay. Who is next?
Sir, Satish here, sir.
Yes, Satish.
Sir, for my pack 1 is the count is 10 only, 10.
Okay. Go.
I have 2 packs. So
Count
pack
is
1
10.
is crack.
So
And,
no problem with the
one-
count.
And 1 crack, sir.
A color?
Color, no fading, sir. Actually, I'm telling the sequence of what you said, sir. Third one was the color.
Okay.
No,
So
no
here-
color issues.
Okay. Crack.
One crack,
Okay. Shape.
and one is non-shaped.
Okay. How about the taste?
Taste is good, sir.
Okay. You want to give the detail for the next pack also?
Yes, sir. That one is pack is 10
Okay. That is also 10.
and 3 cracks
3 cracks. Oh, sorry. 3 cracks.
and 0 color fades
Okay.
and 2 breaks. I mean two non-shape actually.
Okay.
And
Taste.
taste wise good. Taste is good, sir.
Very good. Okay. Who else
Taste
is
is
ready with
supposed
the
to be
data?
good because we have not tasted this for a long time, so this is good, sir.
Okay. Okay. Great.
Sir,
Who is
Shankar here.
next?
Sir, Shankar.
Okay. Shankar. Yes. Shankar.
Sir, I have a pack of 15, 2 packs of 15 each. Is it okay?
Oh, pack of 15 in your case. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No problem. Okay. 15. And you got exactly 15?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then color?
Color all mixed, sir. It's like yellow.
That's fine. Mixing is not a problem, but
Okay. No color, no issues with the color.
no issue with the color. And crack?
Correct. Cracks, sir, in first pack, I have 6 cracks.
Okay.
And one is broken.
And shape issue?
Shape, no issues. All 0.
No
It's
issues.
fine.
Taste?
Yeah.
You are okay with the
It is
test?
good. Yes, sir.
Very good, very good. Noted. And one more pack also you can tell.
One more pack. 15. Again, crack is 7 cracks.
Oh, 7 cracks.
Yes. And 0, 0. Yeah.
Very good. So we are done with Shankar. Next, who is next? Anita, va?
Yeah, I'm interested. The first pack,
Yes, madam.
count 9. Damages were 4.
Count is 9. So there is one defect and the crack is 4. Okay.
Color like 4. 4 was faded.
Color 4 issues.
Mhm.
And shape issue.
Shape 2. It was not round.
And how about the taste?
Taste, it was not much sweet. One I had, it was not much sweet. One pack in one pack.
So what is your conclusion? You want to reject the product, return the product, or you want to still consume it?
This packet actually had a lot of cracks. The shape was also not good.
So crack is okay. Now, what is your final? As a customer, you
No, I
accept
did
the
not
taste,
like it
or
actually. No, I did not like this packet actually.
okay, you don't like it.
No.
So in your case, all 9 getting rejected. Very good.
Next packet actually was good. Next,
So next
nine
packet is
only.
good. So
Nine,
that means
nine.
there is a problem with your sample.
Where is it?
Yeah.
One packet
You
was
might have
actually-
purchased an expired one. I don't know.
I will check that. 9
Okay.
and only one damage.
Okay. Again, one crack issue. Okay.
One crack. One color faded. One had color faded. And the
Okay.
shape, one was not in good shape.
Okay.
And this taste was actually little sweeter. One, it was good.
This is good, huh? Oh, very good. Okay. Okay. Anyone else you would like to share, or shall we conclude? Okay, we can conclude with this. Now let us understand. Now see here, totally how many defects have come? Equal to sum of. In Excel, we have this, we can just simply sum up this. Now, what is the total number of defects reported by our people? 112.
112.
And how many pieces we inspected? How many pieces we inspected? Many pieces we inspected?
I guess
How
there
many
is some
pieces we inspected?
translation error in this.
Formula
86, sir.
and
86.
86.
86 pieces we inspected, 112 defects, we have noticed. Now let us do some little calculation here. Where is the calculation? Now, 86, yeah. Units inspected, you mentioned 86. Defects reported, 112. Opportunities per gem, 5. So total opportunities will be 112 into 5. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
112 into 5 total opportunities. And so the defect per opportunity is number of defects 112 divided by total opportunities 560. So defect per opportunity is 0.2. So DPMO is, what is the DPMO?
2 lakhs.
2 lakhs. All of you are with me on the calculation. See here, DPMO is a metric which can help you to measure your performance, your process capability. And this 2 lakh is too high. Can you see that? This 2 lakh is too high. Now tell me, what is the reason why? That means the process capability is really weak. That means the product quality is unacceptable. Yes or no? Because DPMO is 2 lakh. But now tell me, how is this product performing in the market? How is it performing in the market? Extremely well.
Extremely well.
Extremely well. It is against our learnings. We thought that if DPMO is high, sigma level is bad, quality is bad, and so product has to fail in the market. But however, it is against our learning. Then what went wrong here? What went wrong?
Whatever we are observing presently, normal people are not observing the same. They are just believing on the Cadbury.
First, very good, very good. That means whatever you recorded as CTQs, they are not the CTQs. That is his point.
Yes,
If
sir,
you
that
work with
CTQ
wrong
should be well
CTQs,
defined. Yeah.
if you work with wrong CTQs, you will end up making wrong conclusions. Except the taste, I don't think any other thing is important. I don't see anybody counting the pack because the customers, who are the customers? Kids less than the age of 10, they are the customers. Another mistake we did is we did the survey with the wrong customer segment. None of you represent the real customer segment, right? And so your perceptions are different. And you people gone to the extent of finding out 2 lakh problems. Actually, there are no problems. There are no problems, isn't it? This, you always need the right CTQs to come to the real, right conclusion. In order to understand your actual performance against the customer requirement, you need to work with the right CTQs. Except the test, nothing else is a CTQ. Except the test, nothing else is a CTQ. That too, if I exclude Anita's reading, nobody had any problem with the test. That means that
No,
even
I usually
Anita,
have gem chocolate. I usually have this. If I use
you are
this
a
chocolate
customer,
combination.
then you are a real customer of gems, right? Okay.
I actually eat and they don't give to my kids. So how could I have this issue with this gem chocolate?
Yeah. Okay, maybe some chances that the old pack used to have purchased. Anyway, if you just exclude that particular sample, then the defect observed is 0.
0.
Now, what will be your DPMO if taste is the only CTQ and if the defect observed is 0, then your DPMO will become 0. Your capability is much higher now, isn't it? So that is the reason for the success of the gems, right? Always work with the right CTQs, work with the sufficient number of CTQs and find the right way of measuring it. If you have poor measurement system, like, here we relied on visual inspection and some kind of what you call the opinion, the taste and all. So it is always a good idea to find a better way of measuring the characteristics so that you get to know the accurate estimate of your performance. Okay, I think now you got to learn something. So you are now able to calculate DPMO. You are now able to, define the CTQs, the requirements. You know what is failure. You know what is customer requirement, and you are able to actually understand what is Six Sigma capability, right? So it is a measure of process capability. It is a measure of process effectiveness. If absolutely no defects are happening, consider the test, no defects happen. That means gems, they have a highly effective process. Yes or no? Every customer is able to enjoy the taste. Can you see consistency also in the quality? One is the taste is acceptable. Another thing is it is consistently acceptable. That means they have a process which is very, very effective. This is called process effectiveness. The ability of a process to produce defect-free outputs. The ability of a process to produce defect-free products. The ability of a process to produce defect-free services. This is known as process effectiveness. We conduct training program. All of you write the exam and all of you pass the exam in the first attempt. Can we consider the training as an effective training?
Yes.
Definitely. If half of you are struggling to pass, that means there is a problem with the effectiveness of the training. So fundamentally, effectiveness means an ability to produce defect-free results or defect-free output. So with these things, let us stop here for a tea break. And we will have exactly 15 minutes tea break and then 11:32, we'll start again. Clear?
Just asking, is this gems are required again?
Six Sigma is basically a process improvement approach. We strive to continually improve the process. So what will happen? Its capability or its effectiveness will gradually increase and then will approach 100%. Isn't it? Will appear close to 100%. And that's what we call it as, the higher capability or the Six Sigma capability. Let us continue learning. Okay. So you all know what is Six Sigma performance and all of these things. So in any product, you should be able to identify defects. For example, a garment can have defects. There can be a shirt without button, or a button is not aligning with the hemming, or stitching issues. These are all different types of defects. You can imagine defects with respect to your garment. You can find out defects, or you can list down the defects with respect to a sitting chair. You can see here. You can find out defects even for the car windshield. Your car windshield, imagine car windshield is the product, the glass. Will there be CTQs for the glass also? And when it comes to the when it comes to the CTQ, try to express them in a measurable way. You can always measure it, in a, what you call, in a kind of attribute manner, like visual inspection. You can also measure it using an appropriate measuring instrument. Then your understanding will be much better. Tell me the hardness of a glass. Can it be measured?
Yes.
Hardness of a glass. Is it measurable accurately?
Yes.
But it is a kind of maybe destructive testing. Yes or no?
Yes.
So you really cannot destruct all the glasses or all the windshield you are producing. So that's why focusing on process capability, process effectiveness is very, very important. Otherwise, you have to rely on inspection. And if the inspection is destructive, then what will happen? You will be clueless what to do, isn't it? So that's why we always find a way to measure, estimate our process effectiveness. The estimated effectiveness is what we call it as the capability. And one way of expressing the capability is sigma level. Right? If the sigma levels are high, then the capability is high. Then the success rate is high. Then the failure rate is low. Then the DPMO will be low. And some companies use PPM. You might have noticed, isn't it? They don't use DPMO, they use PPM. PPM stands for parts per million. They always, decide about the complete product. They're not really worried about each and every mistake they are doing, but they are worried about acceptability of the product. As a product, is it acceptable or not? If it is acceptable, then it is dispatched. If it is unacceptable, then it is scrapped. That's the time we use the word known as defective. Do you understand? Defect is different. Defective is different. Defect is applicable to a characteristics in a product, but defectives applies to the whole product. Do you understand, all of you? So in order to monitor and control the number of items getting rejected, getting scrapped, companies use PPM. But the better way of monitoring is monitoring the defects, controlling the defects, preventing the defects. If you monitor, control, and prevent the defect, there is no question of defective at all. Yes or no? Right? It's a metric which is definitely better than PPM. All of you are able to follow me? Okay. So you now have DPMO one side, which is applicable to the defects, a measure of defects, and DPMO is a measure of defectives you are making. And some companies use, they create their own tools. They, for example, I have seen companies using DPHU. You know what is DPHU? DPHU. What does it mean? Defects per 100 units. DPTU. What does it mean? Defects per 1,000 units.
1,000.
DPTTU. Defects per 10,000 units. You can be creative. You can be little innovative, and then you can develop your own tool. Once you gain the required level of competency, then you can also create the tool which you want. And that's how some companies are using these kind of tools. Hope the understanding is clear and you are able to thoroughly understand the GEMS exercise also. Please note, whenever you are measuring your performance, first try to understand your customer clearly. You have to work with the actual customer segment, not with the irrelevant customer segment, like how we did the GEMS exercise. We purposely did the GEMS exercise with the wrong segment. and who took me to the DPMO state of how much? 2 lakh. But the reality is definitely different. If I would have tried the same exercise with the kids less than the age of 10, none of them would have retained the packet for this much time, right? The moment they purchase, they might have, consumed immediately. I would not have any opportunity to record any defects, and that's the reason for the success of such products. So always work with the right customer segment, work with the right CTQs. If anything goes wrong, you will end up making irrelevant conclusion. All your efforts, all the efforts you have put in and all the data you collect will become useless, and the conclusions will be irrelevant, meaningless, and will mislead you in a wrong direction, right? So don't pray fall to such mistakes. Now, Six Sigma is understood. Six Sigma is a measure of process effectiveness. Measure of process effectiveness. Now, let us try to understand what is lean. What is the English meaning of lean? English meaning of lean means somebody is looking thin and he is not very fatty and he is thin. If you are thin, I mean, if you are looking lean, then you will be able to, the chances of you being active is more. Yes or no? You can walk fast and you can run fast and all of these things you can do. The same is the logic. If your process is also operating in a lean manner, the lead time to complete any process will be minimal. You will be able to, produce products and offer services in a faster manner. Lean gives the necessary speed to your business. Customer places the order and you are now delivering the order on the same day. How fantastic the scenario is. The order processing lead time is less than a day. When it comes to Six Sigma, it gives the accuracy in your business. Whatever is the target set by the customer, we try to achieve that. So Six Sigma is focusing on accuracy, but the focus of lean is speed. All of you can see that. Do you think both are important? Best in class quality at the same time, you deliver faster, you sell more in short time. Your business will grow and very quickly your company can become a market leader. So lean is all about in reducing the lead time of any business process by eliminating the unnecessary activities. By eliminating the unnecessary activities. What are unnecessary activities? Anything that do not add up to the fulfillment of the customer requirement. Can I call those activities are non-value adding, unnecessary activities? Anything that do not add up to the fulfillment of the customer requirement. All of you are here to learn Six Sigma, to learn lean. But I am talking about the recent movie released. Rajinikanth or the Amitabh Bachchan's recent movie I am talking about. And is it making sense? Am I actually doing an work in line with the customer requirement? No. That means lean will call it as a unnecessary activity. Little technically, it is called as or known as non-value adding activity. Non-value adding activity. Because it is not actually adding anything in the direction of the customer requirement. It is actually dragging me in the wrong direction. Can you see that? So non-value adding activities in lean are known as waste. The English word. Waste. Waste means non-value adding activities. I keep on doing work, but it doesn't serve the purpose. Particularly from the eyes of the customer. Particularly from the eyes of the customer. Customer is not able to understand I am actually working on his requirement. Whenever this happens, then what I am doing is non-value adding. Then what I am doing is waste. In Japanese language, it is known as muda, M-U-D-A, because lean evolved from the country Japan. In Japanese language, muda means something unwanted. Muda means waste. If I explain the concept in a way that none of you can understand, then what am I doing? I'm actually doing an unnecessary work. And customer will not find any value in it. They listen to me hours together, but then understand nothing out of it. Then they will not come forward to pay me happily. If they have paid, they will go with lot of dissatisfaction. They will feel like, they lost it. So that should never be the case. Situation should always be win-win. Customers should find value in your offerings. They paid just 100 rupees, but they feel like, they are getting a product or a service worth 1,000 rupees and 10,000 rupees. But how much they paid? They paid only 100 rupees. This is the purpose of lean. Lean is, monitoring how value is getting added in our product and services. How we are, unnecessarily involved in non-value adding activities. The non-value adding activities have to be eliminated. The primary focus of lean is to eliminate the non-value adding activities. In simple language, eliminate the waste. In Japanese language, eliminate muda. Right? Particularly, the company behind this ideology is Toyota. Right? Toyota, they created a system for themselves, Toyota production system. Similarly, Six Sigma originated from America. The company behind the Six Sigma approach is Motorola, right? So anyway, so now let us try to understand lean in a little more better manner. See here in my slide, the first image is about the recharge coupon or recharge card. You remember some 10 years before, when you wanted to recharge your mobile, you all go to a nearby mobile recharge center and then pay 500 rupees. Then they give you something similar to your credit card today. It will look like a credit card, isn't it? Properly laminated. And then you scratch out and get the numbers, feed the numbers. After feeding the numbers, what do you do with that particular printed card? What will you do after putting the numbers?
Just throw it. Just throw it.
Just grab it.
It's waste.
That means it is merely a waste, isn't it? But people have not realized at that time. People didn't have that idea that, customers do not need that printed card. Yes or no? So they printed and then they transported everywhere. But customer only need the 16-digit number, that's all. After several years, they found a way to deliver only the 16-digit number to the customer. Yeah, an SMS will do. SMS system was not there 10 years before. It was there, right?
It was there.
Through the SMS, you can always share that number. But they didn't recognize that what they are doing is a waste. The first step towards improvement, towards attracting better result is recognizing the failure. First thing is recognizing the failure, admitting the failure. Then only you will find a way to overcome the failure. So the process of printing the card itself is waste. Now no company is printing. You all know that, isn't it? No service provider is printing such cards. The whole process is waste, and then they eliminated the process. This is exactly lean. All of you understand what is lean? Lean is all about identifying and then eliminating the waste. Continually, you have to do it continually. Because step by step, you can eliminate all the unnecessary activities. Tell me honestly, in a day of 24 hours, how many hours you actually work for your, real passion? All of you have some goal, some dream, yes or no? Are you working for your dream all 24 hours?
No.
Definitely 1/3 of it you are sleeping. You are not doing anything. Then remaining 16 hours, are you working on your goal all 16 hours? So there is an enormous scope for improvement if you think in the direction of non-value adding activities. Most of the time we focus on the value adding and fail to recognize the non-value adding. It's like your 80-20. In any process, only 20% of the activity will be value adding. But 80% of the activity will be non-value adding. Where will you get a big improvement? Focusing on 20% or focusing on 80%? focusing on the 80%. In order to give 20% value to the customer, you waste 80% of your efforts. So focus on minimizing your efforts by visualizing and eliminating the non-value adding activities. Clear, all of you? And now, since the card is printed, you can easily understand the card has to be transported to every location. Yes or no? And by transporting your product and services before selling to the customer, are you adding any value to your product by transporting it? By transporting your product from one place to other place and to several places before selling to your customer, you are transporting because you have designed your process in such a manner that you have to transport a lot. Are you really adding any value while transporting a product? Please tell me. If a product is transported from one point to other point, will there be any change in the shape of the product? Will
No.
there be any extra value?
No.
Nothing happens. That means transportation is a waste. Always while developing a process, make sure your process doesn't require much transportation. Yes or no?
Yes.
Most of you find your residence very close to your workplace because you are very smart in your personal life. You don't want to waste your money in transportation. So you better relocate. So similarly, you have to think in your profession also. Try to figure out where and all transportation is happening. It is definitely a useless activity. It is a weakness in your process. It never communicates the strength of your process. It always communicates the weakness. Imagine your warehouse and shop floor separated by a huge big distance. Your company will be incurring a huge transportation loss. Yes or no? So transportation is a waste. Moving from one place to another place is what do we call it as transportation, which is definitely a waste. And wherever it happens, try to eliminate. Clear, all of you? It is not adding value. And another thing, the same recharge card example. If you are running a recharge outlet, tell me how much stock you will be holding. You should hold. And imagine the old system. Printed card, Airtel. You need to have some stock of Airtel. You need to have some stock of Vodafone. You need to have some stock of Tata Docomo and BSNL and everything. And keeping a little stock of everything, your 1 lakh is spent. Yes or no? But now if you go to any recharge store, if you understand the way of their operation, they will be just having a mobile phone. No stock, no physical stock, only virtual stock. Physical stock means it's an inventory. 1 lakh of money getting blocked. Now he is just holding a phone with 5,000 rupees wallet in it. With this 5,000 rupees, he can supply all products virtually. Can you understand? What is the advantage now? If you want to run with physical stocks, then you have to block your 1 lakh money. If you want to run the same business with the virtual stock, you can run the same business with just 5,000 rupees. Can you see your investment coming down to just 5,000 compared to 1 lakh is just 5% of the investment? Can you understand? So inventory is another form of waste. Can you turn your physical inventory into virtual inventory? Can you also reduce your inventory numbers from the current state towards zero? Because inventory is another form of waste. Agree, all of you? What are the 3 types of inventory? What are the 3 types of inventory? Finished product inventory, raw material inventory, and then work in progress inventory. Consider your own the operations in your house. All of you have certain operations in your house also, isn't it? Every day you start and then end the day in a particular manner. This is what we call it as operation. How do you operate your day? Do you maintain inventories in your personal life? Are you maintaining inventories?
Yes, some minimum.
Are you maintaining an inventory of breakfast?
No, but raw material we'll be having.
Oh, raw material. Okay, you will maintain a stock for 1 month of
Maximum 1 month or 10, 15, 2 weeks time. Otherwise,
2 weeks time. Even all vegetables you need it for 2 weeks.
vegetables means it is a 1 weeks.
1 week. Why you need 1 week of stock? You don't have shops nearby.
We'll be getting the stocks from the wholesale market. That's the
Yeah.
reason.
Suppose imagine a scenario where your house is surrounded by so many vegetable shops, supermarket, and etc. Would you still like to keep a stock of 1 week, or
No.
you would like to change to buying all the ingredients in a fresh manner?
On fresh manner only.
And then you don't require refrigerator, no more refrigerator required. You can simply buy, consume, and then you buy for next day. 1 day inventory is very much enough to run the whole show in a much better manner. If the inventory levels are more than, let's say the manageable number of days, definitely you must work on it. And your ability to manage the inventory should be reduced to 1 day. Or if you could reduce it to further, it is a fantastic project, inventory reduction. The goal of lean is to make the inventory as 0. This is known as just in time. Just in time means the goal is 0 inventory, no inventory at all. But still, everything will go on smoothly. I don't keep any stock of items in my house, but still I will make breakfast, I will make lunch, I will make dinner, and my family is extremely happy. That means everything arrives fresh in the morning. Imagine for tomorrow's breakfast, whatever ingredients required, can you make some, partner with some suppliers so that they can supply all the ingredients right at 6 o'clock in the morning? Beautiful scenario, isn't it? You have a good network of suppliers who can supply you all the ingredients early morning 6 o'clock. So 8 o'clock, a fresh breakfast is ready and it is consumed by 9 o'clock. No inventory. Very healthy scenario we are talking about. Yes or no?
Yes.
We are not using any stored item, no refrigerator. We can now throw away the refrigerator, right? When we move on to our operating cost can come down drastically. We always tend to conclude that keeping inventories can save our money. No, we are actually losing our money. By eating the stored food, we lose our health. And then spend 10 times of the money to the hospitals. The same thing are applicable to organizations also. Inventory is a killer. Be it whatever form, raw material, work in progress, or finished product. All of them are waste. All of you agree with me? The third form of waste is motion waste. You know what is motion waste? People have to move excessively to get work done. People have to move excessively. Imagine 1 day where all the items in the kitchen are removed and they're all divided into the other rooms. Some items are stored in the hall. Some items are stored in the bedroom. Some items are stored in the puja room. Now imagine you become the cook. Now what will happen? Will you be able to cook effortlessly? Just to make a coffee, you have to run between pillars and corners to get all the ingredients. And by the time you finish the work, you will fell down in the kitchen itself. Yes or no? This is because of poorly organized workplace. The workplace is organized in a poor manner so that it demands excessive effort, excessive movement. Can you see that? So any movement within your workplace is known as motion. Or movement from your workplace to other workplace is transportation. All of you understand? So workplace must be designed in a convenient manner. It must be designed ergonomically, safely, in a way that it should demand only less effort from the operator. Otherwise, it will lead to a waste known as motion waste. Clear, all of you? Giving the storage space 10 feet above the head of the operator, and he has to store, every single minute. Now he has to jump 10 feet above his head to store the item. He will become restless. Yes or no? So make sure workplace is designed in a way that he can perform the work so comfortably, so conveniently, and which means absolutely there are no motion waste happening. All of you are able to understand this? Transportation is different, motion waste is different. How many waste we discussed so far? Transportation, inventory,
Inventory and motion waste.
Now, fourth one, waiting waste. What is waiting waste? You could also see a lot of people waiting in a line in my screen, isn't it? Like we all wait in the queue, but no, in the ration shop nowadays also you can see the queue. And some 5-10 years before, 5 years before, we all stand in a queue in a bank to withdraw our salary. But we are not doing the same thing now. In fact, we don't even go to the bank. Because a better way of doing the same work has come up now. If a better way of executing the work is available, you must embrace it. You must accept it. Yes or not? Yes or no? We must adopt the better, the better ways of doing a work. If a better way of doing a work exists, we still don't adopt it, then we are again, doing a waste. Right? So here what I'm trying to say is waiting is actually a waste, because by waiting, nothing happens. Can you see certain formats of waiting in any workplace? Have you ever noticed the raw material simply waiting in the warehouse for days together, weeks together, months together? The cost of the raw material is running in several lakhs, but it is just waiting. So who will pay for that? Yes or no? Have you ever noticed operators waiting for something? Because the machine is breakdown. The machine is in a breakdown condition. So all the operators have to wait. Since this machine is breakdown, and now the next machine is waiting for the previous machine to restore. Operators can wait. Materials can wait. Machines can wait. Managers can wait. Possible. All of them are a form of waste. Can you recognize, all of you? Can you do something to ensure all these waste elements are getting eliminated? What can I do to eliminate the waste of waiting? If I ask a question and you take 1 minute to respond, then what are we incurring here in that 1 minute? We expect you to respond, isn't it, immediately? But you take 1 minute or 30 seconds, then that 30 seconds is a waiting waste, yes or no? That 30 seconds is part of our learning time. So we need to understand every detail, and then we will be able to realize waiting is a form of waste. Transportation, inventory, motion, waiting. Then fifth one, overproduction. What is overproduction? Producing
More than
more
demand.
than the demand. Producing more than the demand. Producing more than the requirement. Producing more than the consumption. See, all of these principles we follow very diligently in our house. Morning breakfast, when we prepare, we ensure the same breakfast is not served for the lunch also, isn't it? We wanted to see to that the breakfast is consumed in the exact quantity in the morning itself. Because we very well know that producing more than the demand is waste. How come the lady in the family exactly understands, the requirement? Continual improvement process, isn't it? So she understand, how many idlis are required for this, the kids, how many are required for the adults, and she do a proper forecasting, right? And she very well know who will be available tomorrow morning. So that means, the she works on confirmed orders. She is not working with anticipation and assumption. But in our business, we bring a lot of assumption, and our forecastings are always inaccurate. And we always have a tendency to produce everything and then finally keep the stock of it. We should move from make to stock approach to make to order approach. Possible, yes or no? Make to stock approach to make to order. That means from push approach to pull approach. Then what will happen? Overproduction can be avoided. Yes or no? If you are believing in the push approach, definitely there will be overproduction. That is why we often want you to interact. We very well know if all of you interact, sometimes it will be a disturbance. In many training programs, they will not allow participants to interact. They'll say that, yes, we will discuss everything in the end, and then at the end, nobody will be there in the meeting. So here the point is, if you ask a question, the approach becomes pull. If we dump everything, the approach is push. Unnecessarily, we will be overproducing. Unnecessarily, we will be overprocessing everything. Isn't it? The moment you say something is understood, yes, we can immediately move on. So overproduction means producing more than the demand. Right? Producing yearly is also a type of overproduction. Yes or no? Item is required on 20th of August, but item is ready on 10th of August itself. Now the 10 days, who is responsible for storing it? If something happens in the 10 days, who is responsible? So producing yearly is also overproduction. Producing more than the demand is also overproduction. We should try to work on make to order basis so that as soon as the items are produced, they are consumed. They are picked up by your customer. Clear? Now do you understand why companies appoint distributors? Super stockist? Because super stockist, they'll simply pick up. My headache becomes, the headache of the super stockist now. And that headache will be passed on to, come on, tell me, from super stockist, it will go to distributor. And from distributor, it will go to retailer. And from retailer, it will go to end user. Do you understand why this chain is required? You can comfortably work on confirmed orders. All of you understand? That actually creates a very healthy scenario. Yes or no?
Yes.
That actually, allows your company to work in a very, very comfortable scenario. So our learning here is overproduction is a waste. That is the reason why we don't produce our breakfast on the previous day. We never produce. We only produce it on the morning. Isn't it? The same, the same freshness your customer also deserve. Correct? Very good. So overproduction is understood. Overprocessing. What is overprocessing? When the requirements are clear, when the specifications are clear, target, upper limit, lower limit, everything is clear. You don't have to unnecessarily, over process the requirement. If the requirements are clear, just to fulfill it. You don't need to delight anyone if there is no such requirement. Sometimes, we try to delight our customer, but still customer will not find it valuable. If customer finds it valuable, then definitely he will come forward and pay you extra. But if you do something extra, but customer is still not interested in making a payment, then what are you doing? You're actually over processing. Can you see that? Let's say you have signed a contract to paint your house. The contract worth is 75,000 rupees and painting is done beautifully. But finally, the painting contractor is coming and asking you extra 10,000 rupees. How many of you will pay extra 10,000 rupees now? But he will definitely say, sir, I have given extra coating everywhere. Everywhere extra coating is given. This, now you will get the shineness for extra three years. But still, how much you will pay him? Pre-decided agreement amount, 75,000, because specifications are clear. Now he can't, simply try to charge the customer, by assuming that, he is delighting him. No, you are not actually delighting him because specifications are clear. You sometimes, you have to stick to the specification sometimes. Even if it delight means adding value without charging the customer, then only it is delight. Yes or no? So these are all examples of over processing. Wherever specifications are available, wherever delights are not required, wherever delights mean, invaluable addition, they should be called as over processing. Clear? Wherever over processing exists, try to eliminate it. And finally, defects. You see my last picture, a phone with a broken screen. That is, a defect is present, isn't it? The phone itself is a defective phone. In lean, defect is a subset of waste. In lean, defect is a subset of waste. In Six Sigma, the primary focus is on elimination of defects. However, in Six Sigma, the primary focus is elimination of defects. But in lean, the focus is elimination of waste. Defect is also called as a subset of waste only. How many waste I have explained so far? 7 types of waste. What are they? Transportation,
inventory,
motion,
motion waste,
production,
waiting waste,
processing,
waiting waste, overproduction waste,
very good.
and overprocessing waste and defect waste.
Very good. Very good. So there are transportation, inventory, motion, waiting
waste,
overproduction, overprocessing, defects.
And defects waste.
If you add the first letters and then read, it reads as what?
Timwood.
Timwood. Just remember the word Timwood. You will be able to list down the 7 waste. Trust me, these 7 waste will exist in all process. This exists in all process. You might think that you are doing everything perfectly, but actually there will be a lot of scope to eliminate transportation, eliminate inventory, eliminate motion, eliminate waiting, eliminate overproduction, eliminate overprocessing, eliminate defects. These 7 waste are introduced by a famous Japanese quality guru known as Ono. They are also known as Ono's 7 waste. If you refer literature, you will be able to understand. His exact name is Taichi Ono. His exact name is Taichi Ono. Taichi Ono is also known as father of Toyota production system, TPS. Father of Toyota production system. Actually, lean is nothing but the revised version of Toyota production system. So what is lean? Lean is nothing but revised version of Toyota production system. So Toyota developed something specific to their requirement. Since it was extremely powerful in improving the operational efficiency, achieving the desired level of quality, achieving the desired level of productivity and profitability, and with everything with a very low operating cost, every company wanted to copy it. And that is happening even till today. Something introduced within Toyota is getting popularized in the name of lean. People have benchmarked the best practice followed within Toyota, and that is standardized and made available for everyone. Now lean is getting implemented in all companies. Manufacturing, service, education, hospital, wherever. We can embrace the lean principles in our day-to-day life also. Yes or no? So lean means efficiency. Lean means efficiency without compromising effectiveness. Understand all of you? Lean means efficiency without compromising effectiveness. Lean means optimizing the resource consumption. Lean means optimizing the resource consumption. What is a resource? Can somebody answer this? What is a resource? Is time a resource?
It is the raw material, sir.
Or raw material is definitely a resource. We must optimize the consumption of raw material. Optimize the consumption of raw material means what? You should consume only the required quantity.
Required.
Because if you overconsume it, it will affect your process. It will affect your profitability. If you underconsume it, definitely your output will not have the required qualities. This is known as optimizing the resources. If you overconsume during the meal time, your meal, what will happen? It is harmful to your health. If you underconsume, you will not be able to walk. You must avoid both. This is exactly lean. This is what we call it as efficiency. Right? This is what we call it as efficiency. Efficiency means optimizing the consumption of resources. Resource is not only raw material. Manpower is also resource. Just because you have 100 people, you are putting 100 people on a very simple job, not required. Just 10 people can do. Now you should only assign 10 people. This 90 people must be diverted to some other work. Now you are efficient. Now you are operationally efficient. You all must be operationally effective. You all must be operationally efficient. That means every day you are productive. If every day is productive, then every week will be productive. Then every month will be productive. Every year will be productive. Very soon, your company will be the number one in the market. All right. So raw material is a resource. Manpower is a resource. Machineries are resources. Electricity is a resource. Water is a resource. Floor space is a resource. Think of optimizing all of these things. The more you learn, there are more opportunities for improvement. Otherwise, we might think that everything we are doing perfectly and there is no scope for improvement. We are already number one. No rejection, nothing. We are best in class. But even in a best in class company, even in a company where the rejections are zero, where the failures are zero, there is a huge scope for improvement. How many of you recognize now? If they believe that there is no scope for improvement, there is a lack of awareness. Definitely no, they are outdated, right? So always a better way of doing a work exists. You must believe in it. Whatever best you are right now doing, and tomorrow it will get outdated. And you must, always have a, open mindset to accept the good changes. All right. So now all of you understand what is lean? Lean means producing the output by optimizing the consumption of the input. We produce the same output at the same time, we optimize the consumption of the input. That means lesser input for the same output. Clear all of you? I consume less of the input, but still deliver the same output. That means my approach is lean. But don't underestimate lean by assuming that it is a cost-cutting approach. You are wrong. It is not cost-cutting. We are not cutting down your meal, but we are giving you the right breakfast. We are giving you the right lunch in a right quantity. This should not be criticized as cost-cutting approach. Yes or no?
Yes.
And Six Sigma means producing more output for the given set of input. Whatever input you have given, I will see to that I only produce acceptable outputs. Because anyway, I'm going to consume this input. So whatever output I produce, everything will be defect free. That is why we call it, perfection. So you get more output for the same amount of input. That is Six Sigma. Same amount of output for a lesser amount of input. That is Lean. You can always try to do both simultaneously. Yes or no? You can tend to produce more at the same time, consume less of the resources. Though I use the word less, the right word is optimal use of the resources. If you integrate this approach, that is known as Lean Six Sigma. Tell me, is this approach required in all business? Is that all business requires effectiveness? Is that all business requires efficiency?
Yes.
Yes.
Everywhere effectiveness is required, isn't it? There are thousands of students studying with me. I want all thousands of students, to succeed in the life. That is effectiveness. But how much time they take to succeed in life? That is efficiency. Yes or no? If they take 25 years to get the first job, it's almost a retirement age. You need to be efficient also. While remaining effective, you need to be efficient also. Effective means you produce high quality products. You produce best in class products. But at the same time, for survival of any business, profitability is important. Producing quality product is one thing that takes care of the customer satisfaction. But who will take care of the survival of the business? Tell me. Do you think customer will take care of the survival of your business also? No. While taking care of the effectiveness, you should also take care of the efficiency. Because only when you are efficient, your operating cost will be minimal. If your operating cost is minimal, then only what will happen? Your survival becomes easier and your profit will also get maximized. Six Sigma definitely helps in maximizing your profit, no doubt. But Lean helps in bringing down your operating cost. Both of them will maximize your profit. Companies can achieve breakthrough improvement if they learn the principles of Lean and Six Sigma. And most importantly, they must practice those principles. Clear, all of you? All right. So we move on. Oh, good. Okay. So the focus of Lean Six Sigma. Six Sigma aims to continually eliminate defects. How? Through process improvement. Through process improvement, because there is no point of blaming the people. Rather, I will first blame my process, blame my system, criticize the process, criticize the system. So the advantage is with the same set of people, I will start producing better results. Do you understand, all of you? And Lean aims to continually eliminate the waste from all your business processes. Importantly, the critical processes you have to improve. Why we should do this or how we can do that? By making our processes more and more intelligent. Making our process more and more intelligent. Process intelligent means what? Your process is made brilliant. Your process brilliant means it will never make mistake. Can you imagine a process which is prone to can you imagine a process which is completely which can completely prevent certain failures? Yes or no? Can you tell me a process which by its nature will prevent failures? Can you give me an example? Like in Lean, we call it as poka-yoke, isn't it? Mistake proofing. In Lean, we call it poka-yoke. Let's say your car is designed in a way that only when all the doors are closed properly, the car engine will start. Now your process is, not allowing any, not allowing actually any mistake to happen. If the doors are not closed, still if the system allows you to start the car, then what will happen? During the running of the car, the door will open abruptly and then it can lead to accident. But now your process is made brilliant because people can make mistake. But if I link that knowledge with the process, then what will happen? Mistake is prevented forever. Always when you start the car, yes, it is possible only after closing all the doors. Do you understand? This is called, process brilliance or process intelligence. And nothing wrong in enhancing the intelligence of your people also. But, but definitely, primarily you need to focus on process improvement. And then you can focus on people improvement. So what will happen? Slowly, your organization will tend to achieve operational excellence. Clear, all of you? If you slowly improve your process and your process effectiveness goes high, efficiency goes high, at some point of time, you realize you are really spending your time in a way better than your competitors. Do you understand? At some point of time, you realize you are spending your time better than your competitors. You realize you are really, performing better than your competitors. You know what will happen? Many people will start preferring your products and your services. Yes or no? Such a scenario is known as operational excellence. Operational excellence means you are now able to perform better than your competitors in terms of quality, in terms of productivity, in terms of cost, in terms of profit, in terms of risk. If you are better than your competitors in all these, see, ultimately everything relies on the process and your system. So it's not in a one-man initiative. The whole organization should understand. Yes or no?
Yes.
If every organization understands these principles, that means everyone in the organization is a white belt. Everyone in the organization is a white belt. Now they will be, very much open enough to welcome, accept the necessary changes in the organization. Because if you are so resistant to changes, your results are not going to change. Isn't it? If you accept the good changes, accept the mistakes, and make improvements at the process, and definitely your results can improve. All right. So hope all of you understand. If you become operationally excellent, your business objectives will become a reality. In order to understand all of these principles, the best thing you all can do is imagine yourself as an entrepreneur. Don't think that you are a working professionals. Imagine you are now, all of you should aim to run a company within next 5 years time. Each one of you here. Just decide to run a company to offer something on your own. Then you don't require any more training. You will start thinking, everything in a correct manner. Because it is everything, every success is, every failure is, your own success and your own failure. You don't depend on others to teach anything. Rather, you will proactively start learning from every failure you do, every mistake you do, you learn from it. And then incorporate it and then internalize. You will see the changes happening at your DNA level. Yes or no? You will be at your best version. So nothing wrong in doing all of those things and demonstrating all of those things now itself in your current profession. Your organization will see to that you grow very fast. Yes or no? So that is why Six Sigma certification, has a very good recognition in all industries and professionals run behind it. But take it in the right spirit. So if a combination of poor process and poor people exist in any organization, your organization will end up making poor results, no doubt on it.
Yes.
And if people really work at the process level, then what will happen? Your process will tend to improve. And maybe parallelly, your people also tend to improve. And so your results will also now be average. Now, third combination. Processes are now brilliant, but people are still average, something similar to the Dabbawalas. Can you see that? Right? And now your results are good. Results are good. Good means customer is all extremely satisfied. But there are only internal problems. There are only internal problems. But imagine another scenario where you have great processes at the same time surrounded by brilliant people. Now the internal problems are also coming down. people realize there are people know, found a way to visualize all the internal issues. They're not hiding problems. Please note, inventory is what do you call, the biggest danger, which has the potential to hide all the problems. If you bring down the inventory, automatically all the problems will come to surface, right? That is why lean focus on zero inventory. So combination of brilliant process and brilliant people will attract great results. Now, what do you think, all of you? What combination we all belong to as part of this particular training program? What do you think we belong to? Are we belonging to the last category? Are we working towards getting a great results?
Yes.
Or are we working, in this scenario where the training is below average and people are also not motivated enough to learn because it's a lunchtime already, some of you might feel hungry and so they are not able to focus. And so are we tending to produce poor result? What do you think we belong to?
We
Come on,
belong
make
to
a,
great results.
we belong to?
Great results.
Yeah.
Oh, great result.
Great results.
Then I want to check.
Yeah.
I want to check, right? I'll give a small activity now and all of you can participate. And then based on that, I will judge whether we all tend to produce great result, including me, or we all tend to produce some average or poor result, right? So take a piece of paper and a pen. I mean, your notebook will do, your notebook and a pen. I will be showing you a set of numbers and symbols. I will show 10 numbers and against each number, I will show a symbol also. You must memorize the number and the symbol together. Very simple job. All of you understand? One means
Okay.
a symbol. Two means there is another symbol. So you have to memorize. I'm going to test your, memorizing skills. I know you're all extremely good, when you were in the schools, but you need to demonstrate now. All right. So 45 seconds I will give you. You have to parallelly, you have to do that exercise when I ask you to do, but don't be over smart. Some people will tend to write straight away while I am showing. That is not the requirement. You need to memorize. After 45 seconds, I will ask you to write. That time only you must write. Clear? Instructions are clear? No ambiguity? All right. So here is see here, the idea of performing these exercises. I want all of you to realize the power of making improvements at the process level, right? Because you can always work at the people level and then rely on the people for all the results. Rather, you can shift to the process. Work at the process level. Now, whomsoever is the person who is, operating the process, your process will certainly deliver results. That is the difference, right? And another thing is, another learning I want all of you to have through the exercise is the power of small improvement. You don't have to do a breakthrough improvement straight away. Make small improvement every single day. Maybe after a few months, you will be at your best, right? And one more thing I want all of you to understand through this exercise is, if I make the job easier for my employees, the same set of employees with the same available resources can deliver me great results. Do you agree? If I make the job more and more convenient to my people, maybe my manager, maybe my operator, maybe, everyone, as a management, what I do is I will simply make the job more convenient, more easier to my people. In return, what they will give me? They all will give me great result, right? So these are the learnings from the exercise. So let's try to understand the power of making small improvements at the process level. And your time starts now. Try to memorize these numbers and symbols. I think you are able to memorize now. Okay. So hope you have memorized, right?
Yes.
So now I will give you another 45 seconds during which you can try to reproduce in your notebook, right? So your time starts now. Okay, another last 5 seconds. Okay. So all of you can stop writing. Please stop writing. Now let's do the self-assessment and then we will try to understand our effectiveness as well as our efficiency. Everything we will try to understand. So now are the numbers and symbols you can see now. I'm showing the numbers and symbols so that you can self-assess yourself and announce your score. I expect each one of you to score 10 out of 10. That is the expectation. Always we need perfection, isn't it? So you can put it in the chat box. Done? Oh, a lot of chat messages. Yeah, Dinisha got 10 out of 10. And Karthik got 8 and 8, 8, 10. Shanmugam also got 10. There is one other person, Gurupreet also got 10. Sarfaras also got 10. Yes, a lot of 10. But then there are 9, there are 8, there are 7. There are other people typing 6, 8, 10, 9. I don't understand why people are saying, 10 out of 9. 10 out of 9 is not possible. 9 out of 10. 8 out of 10. Okay. So what do you think? Looking at the scores, what do you think? Are we running an effective process? How about our effectiveness? Effectiveness means everybody should get 10 out of 10. Can you see we are lagging in terms of the effectiveness? Yes or no?
Yes.
Effectiveness means everybody should be able to get 10 out of 10. I should be able to see only 10 out of 10 in the chat box. That I am not able to see. That means our process is lagging in terms of effectiveness. Statistically, I am seeing variation in the data. If your process has problem with the effectiveness, the data will certainly demonstrate variation. All of you are able to understand the statistical connection of ineffectiveness. An ineffective process will certainly produce data with the higher variation. If I calculate the average out of it, the average will be away from my target. This is the statistical connection of measuring the process effectiveness. If I calculate the mark all of you have shared in the chat box, what will be the average you think? What will be the average? Come on, tell me, just approximately.
7.
7. But what is the target, customer target? What is that all of us are deciding?
10.
10 out
10.
of 10.
But your average is well below the target. Your average is away from the target by a huge margin. So process requires improvement so that you can improve it effectiveness. And how many people worked here? 30, 40 people worked here. And I gave 45 seconds to memorize, another 45 seconds to write down. So a lot of time being spent, but still the results are not impressive. So we are not only effective, we are not only no lag in terms of effectiveness, we are also lagging in terms of the efficiency. Can you see that, all of you? So many people together, we are not able to achieve the desired outcome. As a team, we failed. We are operationally ineffective. We are operationally inefficient also. I'm sorry to say, but that is the reality, right? But now tell me, in which category we belong to now? You all assured me that we belong to the fourth category. We are definitely not in the fourth. So, but still, nothing wrong. We can improve and then come up. Yes or no? We can improve and come up. So what can we do? I need to improve the process. I need to improve the process. There are 4 types of improvement. Listen to me very carefully. One improvement is making the job easier for people. Making the job easier for people. Now, memorizing, some of you felt it difficult, isn't it? Except Gurupreet and few others. All others, found it difficult. So let me make the job easier by making a small improvement at the process level. I'm not going to eliminate any of you. Let us work with the same resources. And now look at my slide. The same numbers and same symbols I am showing you, but slightly in a different manner. I have logically arranged the numbers now. Earlier it was having no logic, no pattern, nothing. But now you can see a logical arrangement. Is it really helping you?
Yeah, really helps.
Will you be able to memorize more now?
Yeah, more.
That means those who scored 6 can now certainly score 9 or 10. Our outputs, all the inefficient, the defects are slowly getting eliminated if I work at the process level. But it is the same person. Remember, that's very, very important learning. We have not changed any of the resources, but still we see some improvement. That means our average can move from 7 to, tell me,
10.
7 to 10. Are you serious? Will you get 10? Or will you be able to move the average from 7 to 10? Everybody will get 10 out of 10 this time.
Yes.
Very good. And earlier, I gave you 45 seconds, but now I will give you only 30 seconds. Will you still be able to do it? Because I want to improve your efficiency also. You need to do everything in less time. That's called efficiency. But definitely, there can be improvement. So now within 30 seconds, all of you are now telling that, yes, we can give 10 out of 10.
Okay.
Right? And there is no end. There is no end for improvement. Improvement is a never-ending journey. And now let me show you next level of improvement. And now the same numbers and symbols I am showing in a slightly better manner. Now the job becomes much easier. Isn't it? So now, for sure, each one of you will get 10 out of 10.
Yes.
Our average is certainly moving to 10. And variations will vanish. And you will finish off the job in less than 10 seconds. You're empowering yourself as very effective, at the same time, very efficient. This is the principle behind Lean Six Sigma, or the benefit of making improvements at the process level. Even with the average people and below average people, you can still achieve perfection. You can still achieve the efficiency. Agreed, all of you? And making small improvements continually, making moderate improvements continually, making breakthrough improvement continually in Lean is known as Kaizen. Kaizen means continual improvement. Whether you are targeting small improvement, or you are targeting moderate improvement, or you are targeting breakthrough improvement, it can be brought under the umbrella known as Kaizen. Kaizen is a Japanese word. Kaizen is a Japanese word meaning continual improvement. K means change, Gen means better. K means change, Gen means better. And we have experienced Kaizen here, yes or no? We continually improved and then we have seen results, right? So small improvements at the process level are known as Kaizens in Lean. I would like to play a video and so that you can witness Kaizens in a shop floor level. Shall we spend a few minutes in witnessing some cases in the shop floor level? Yes? Okay.
Yes.
And I will also give a small brief about this video. And this video will bring 3 case studies. All companies, all these 3 companies are examples from Japan. And in all the 3 examples, you will see people who are physically challenged, people who are visually challenged, working as employees, not normal people. People who are physically challenged, people who are visually challenged or employed in the company. Does it mean the company is ready to compromise on the quality, compromised on the productivity? No. They believe in the principles what we discussed right now. If you make the environment, right, convenient and make the job easier for your people, and definitely they can achieve the results, right? That is the thing. So please listen to the video, and you at the end of the video, you should be able to type down the cases in the chat box. That is the challenge. There will be dozens of cases that will be getting demonstrated, and I expect you to note down and then type it in the chat box. Let me look at the chat box. How many cases you people are able to identify and put it in the chat box? Come on, please type down the improvements you have noticed. I mean, cases you have noticed. See, one thing I don't like here, maybe you all as a participant, you have to demonstrate participation, and that I see is really lagging. You need to actually speak a lot when an opportunity is given. Tool arrangement tray, proper storage of time. I don't understand. Tools arranged neatly, very good. Well organized tools, great. What else you have noticed? Tools arranged properly to save time. Yes, correct. 5 was implemented. Fantastic. 5 was implemented. And the pathways were very clear. Very good. There are so many cases. You must have movable table for proper height. Very good, Vignesh. I appreciate your observation. Work tables are made adjustable. Cutting time, waiting time. Yes, the process is balanced so that no waiting time. You see, the sandwich cutting process is balanced poorly. One operator has to wait. So your process must always be balanced. Screwdriver movement, hanging screwdriver, very good. If one has to use 1,000 times a day, and what is the point of every time picking a screwdriver and every time placing it back? Rather, screwdriver can hang in front of you. And so searching for the tools is also a motion waste. Hope you have recognized. And inventory management, very good. Fantastic. This is really fantastic. Very good. So this is in lean, this is known as Kaizen, right? Kaizen means continual improvement. Improve, sustain, again improve. Sustain, improve, sustain, improve, sustain, and it is cyclical, right? So any improvement you do, the improvement must be sustainable, for which some standardization required, and then you can proceed with further improvements. So any questions to me?
One down.
Yeah.
So like in the video, during while cutting the bread, it was mentioned that their time was lagging, right? What did they do actually for cutting the bread? Did they do anything like?
For cutting the
I
bread,
found
right?
out
Yeah,
that
cutting the bread, there were three operators.
Yes.
And first operator has to spend 8 seconds. Second operator has to spend, let us say 8 seconds. But the third operator, he has to spend only 4 seconds. Now, half of the time during the day, the third operator will be idle.
Yes.
This is called line balancing. If the line is poorly balanced, then your resources will be idle. Some of the resources will be waiting. Good question. So wherever imbalance exists, try to balance it. In lean, we call it leveling. This is the advantage of leveling. The Japanese word for leveling is heijunka. Heijunka, right? It's not like your jibumba. It is heijunka. It is a Japanese word which means leveling. Okay, I think Lakshmi, Saran, you also have question. RK also want to speak.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, you are. They asked you a question, you answered. And suppose if you're not able to level, if you don't level, what will happen?
Sir, before RK sir,
Yeah.
all the participants, we are not going to teach anymore, right? No, we will declare the lunch. So please come on video, all of you. See, very often you all must come on video. You must very often interact. You can't, aim to learn simply keeping quiet on all the 6 days, all the complete duration. No, which is not good for you, first of all. Occasionally, you need to come on video. Occasionally, you need to ask question. Even if you do not have any question, please ask, sir, when will you leave us for the lunch? Some questions, can be asked, right? So please come on video. Still, many people don't come on video. And I purposely want the student participants also to ask some questions, to come on video, right? Because only by asking question, you learn more. Once you ask 2-3 questions, you will become comfortable with us. Till the time you run away from us, definitely you are not going to learn, right? Don't try to run away. Don't try to escape from our vision. Nothing wrong in, surrendering yourself when you are in a learning mode. Then you can learn better, right? Yes, RK sir. Yeah.
Yeah. Even though the example that I'm going to give is not an exact perfect example, let me put it as an example, right? Now, Anita madam has asked you a question and she wants the answer before lunch. And the lunch is in 4 minutes. Okay, understood the problem? Yes or no?
Yes.
Right. Anita madam has asked a question, only 4 minutes is the lunch time available. Now, from now onwards, we have to give the answer to her satisfactorily. She must be satisfied. Now, what happens is we both take the problem. Gopal Chokumar wants to answer it in 2 minutes. I will take 2 minutes, 4 minutes. This is a perfect leveling. Am I right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Right. Suppose Gopal Chokumar is very good in answering in 2 minutes. He has answered 2 minutes. A small portion is pending and RK has to answer. RK is me. Right. RK will not know anything. He will just boast as if he knows everything and then try to answer. And Anita has found out. And I am taking 4 minutes for my own answering. Now tell me, is this a leveling good or not bad leveling?
Bad level.
Very bad leveling. Therefore, if the leveling is not done properly, what will be the problem that you will get? What will be the problem that you will get? Tell me.
We will be
You will not
delayed.
get the actual result.
You will get the
One
answer.
resource
Yeah.
will be working
Definitely you
more.
will get the answer.
Another
No,
resource will be
I will tell you. Why she will get the answer. What is the answer she will get?
No.
RK does not know anything. That's all. That is the conclusion. Answer she will get, whatever be it. But the thing is, what is the problem here from our side?
Delay.
Huh?
Delay.
Customer satisfaction is not there, number one.
Yeah.
Number two is, there is a constraint developed. There is a constraint. Who is the constraint now? RK is the constraint. Yes or no?
Yes.
So what should you do? You should kill the constraint. Clear? So please note, this is how you think, create, and what is the problem? How do I solve it? Right? You just a small spark you made. No, this made RK to think phenomenally in the same surrounding. I have not taken anywhere else. Right?
Bottlenecks. Bottlenecks are your constraints.
Constraint, you have to solve it. Anyway, kill your lunch, kill your hunger. Go for lunch. Thank you.
That is a constraint now. Okay, before that, Sharan, you have some questions, right?
Yeah, sir. I was having a doubt. And am I audible first?
Yeah, you are audible.
Okay.
You are audible.
So, like when you were actually teaching us about this lean manufacturing waste, the teamwood concept. In that teamwood concept.
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
So you said like the inventory is kind of waste, but also you said like the wasting also kind of waiting is also kind of waste.
Yeah.
So let's take a scenario like you have a production unit and there are some 10 people working, and the machine goes failure suddenly, which due to some costlier component, which takes some 3 months of lead time for transportation or for at least procurement. So what should be the ideal case? We have to inventory it, or should I have to procure from try to store it using a super stocking, right?
So you want to have a
Till that
breakdown as part of
also
your.
takes like 1 week. Let's assume like super
So you are
stocking
saying
also
that your
takes.
machine could break down, and so you may not be able to produce on time, and so your customer delivery is getting delayed. So in order to avoid, you wanted to keep inventory and allow your machines to break down very often.
Correct. I mean, maybe exactly not like that,
Not
but
correct.
there could be very critical resources, right? You can't
If
expect everything to
if
be.
breakdowns are also included as part of your plan, that's not a great plan, isn't it? But sometimes we operate in that fashion. Always bring everything under the umbrella of continual improvement. You can start your company in that fashion, but slowly you should achieve zero breakdown.
Like if I want to achieve zero breakdown, improving the quality of the machine is something different. What I'm asking is, at that particular point of time, for a short period of time, should have to be, try try procuring from a super stocking guy or from a
See,
guy
please
who
note,
can.
please note, please note. I never said you should convert your inventory from the current level to zero. I said you strive to continually reduce your inventory. That is what I said. If your current inventory level, let us say your current inventory level is you keep inventory of 2 weeks of raw material. See whether you can bring it down to 10 days.
Okay.
If the possibility exists, then only you must adopt it.
Fine, sir.
Right? So this is known as continual improvement. Step by step, you achieve. And then slowly and steadily, you will be able to operate the entire show with a minimal inventory or even zero inventory. See, Amazon is able to supply so many items, without having any inventory of it. You might have noticed, isn't it?
Yes.
You order any item in Amazon, yes, they deliver on the same day, but they don't keep stock of anything. I don't know what they are doing. You just go and see and then benchmark it in your company. Slowly only they might have gained that capability. It's not possible for any company to straight away operate with zero inventory and operate with an efficient manner straight away. But they bring it under the continual improvement framework. That is the idea. Hope I answered.
Yes, sir.
Shall I add?
Yeah, sure.
Please. Shall I add? Shall I add?
Yeah, you please, sir, proceed. But I think some network issue.
Problem?
Some network issue at your end. See, maybe the other participants also, you can also ask questions, particularly some of the student participants, yes, these kind of interaction or, your opportunities to ask the right questions. See, if you are a researcher, whatever you learn here can be used in your research. There are statistical tools we are going to teach you in the upcoming weeks. They can play a very, very important role in your research. So that way, Six Sigma is helping researchers. If you are a working professional, you are a manager or a leader, part of the top management, part of the middle management, or part of the downline management, you are responsible for managing a team, responsible for certain results. Then for all of you, Six Sigma or Lean Six Sigma can be a problem-solving methodology. All your problems you can fix. If there are no problems, you can identify brand new problems with what you learned here, isn't it? You can criticize any process by saying that, it is not meeting the requirement. The non-conformance can be in the form of a defect, can be in the form of a waste, isn't it? So all the defects and waste can also be improvement opportunities. If you are a student, you are actually preparing yourself to do your first project in an industrial environment. Yes or no? When you are allowed to work inside an industry, what will you do? Industry will definitely be expecting you to improve something. Yes or no? Otherwise, there is no need of working with you for 2 months, 3 months. So Six Sigma can also be a methodology for your first industrial project. If you simply demonstrate these principles, methodologies, particularly in the afternoon, you will be learning DMAIC methodology. Industries will love the way you are actually, contributing your skills while doing a project. Okay. Yes, RK sir, now you can speak, I think. Yeah.
I think, hope I'm all right.
Yeah,
I
you are audible.
understood two things. One is, please note, any question is going to trigger, keep on asking more and more questions. There is where I come into picture, but that is where you should come into picture, right? He has asked a question, he has answered, then that should develop another question. That is how the brainstorming goes, and all of us will get benefited. Now I will tell you one thing. Like Anita madam was asking one question, and then I developed on it. And now I'll bring Anita madam, don't mistake me. My son is beaten by the school teacher. Now, can I come and ask Anita madam, my son has been beaten by the teacher, what should I do? Tell me, can I ask? Are you in a position to help me?
No.
No. In the same way, there are certain questions wherein we cannot help you. There are certain questions, and one such question is the question asked by him. Right? Doesn't matter. Please note, these questions, particular questions, can be answered only by yourself. Because you are the only expert. We are not expert, right? Understood? Now coming back to the waiting time. He was taking so much time. In fact, for me, no, because Gopal Chokmar is brilliant, he could understand. I took so much time to understand what was his question. Yeah, then I could realize that it is a question. But this much waiting time could have been saved if he had put that in a chat box while Anita madam was discussing his problem. Yes or no? Waiting time could have been solved in this case. Am I right? Please follow. No problem, right? Now, coming back to this question.
Yes.
Coming back to his question, when you are asking, sir, suddenly this is going to happen, then what should I do? If you are asking such questions, I will give you an example, brilliant examples. You will be happy. I'll be saddened. I'll be crying, right? Doesn't matter. I will tell that examples. Now, what happened? If you are going to ask this, sir, if this is going to happen, what should I do? What are you for then? What am I employed for? Am I to go and tell my boss that, sir, this has happened, what is the solution? Sir, this has happened, what is the solution? No, my job is to ensure that that doesn't happen. Yes or no? Right? Therefore, these are all the questions you should ask yourself and then plan for that. And when you plan for that, get the approval and go ahead. Then only everybody will come to your support. Otherwise, if I keep on going and asking, sir, now you can ask us because we are all trainers, coaches, mentors. So you can ask any doubt you like. But the thing is, don't do that in your organization. Don't do that in your organization. I will give you fantastic examples. You will like it. And you will see that how idiot RK is. Right? My example, my own example. Right? Because all these things I have gone through. Yeah, that is why I'm telling you. And please note that we are all children like whatever I say only for your benefit. My experience is your experience now. My 70 years experience will be your experience so that you can go ahead. That is what exactly when they were saying that when they opened that elevators, they were saying that because the experience of that, because our sister concern or parent concern, elevators, their experience we are taking now, and therefore we will flourish, right? That is what he said. Therefore, take our experience. Please no, don't mistake me. Don't mistake me. The question was wait, and I can wait, and then I'll answer you throughout the course. 6 days are there. Thank you very much.
All right, Satish, you want to ask something?
Yes, sir. Maybe it's I thought of asking after lunch, but it's good to ask now.
No. We'll
So
finish.
during that memory exercise we have done, sir. Actually, you mentioned that there's 4 types of improvement. Probably I missed that track. The first one is making the process easier, and the balance 3 I could not able to. I missed that actually.
No, you are talking about the exercise we did or the video you watched?
Exercise. No. The exercise. Exercise. We have the memory exercise we have done for 45 seconds.
I've shown you 2 levels.
Explaining. Yes.
Three, maybe no. 3 conditions I have shown you. First, the numbers and symbol in the raw condition. That's the time we got only few people scoring 10 out of 10. And then we arranged the numbers in some kind of logical manner. Right? And then we got many people scoring 10 out of 10. The quality was going up. Time is also coming down. Right? And then the third level, I have shown everything, just as a cube. And now
Yes,
all
sir.
of you are able to follow. Right? Third level of improvement. And now everybody got 10 out of 10. That means quality is best in class. There are no defects. Everybody,
Okay, okay.
you are now able to perform as a system. 1%, 2% demonstrating excellence is not enough. But everybody demonstrating excellence means that will appear in my product. Do you understand?
Okay. Okay. Maybe it's
Very
a continual
few.
process
Yeah.
improvement kind of thing.
Yeah. And you have so many processes in a workplace, isn't it? There is a machining
Yes.
involved. There is a packaging involved. There is a heat treatment involved. There is purchasing involved. There is some kind of, coding involved. And everything has to be at the level of excellence so that the end result, my customer will feel. If one person can
Okay.
pull down everything, then my customer will get, what do you call, a nasty output. So this is called a system approach. In afternoon, we are going to talk about several quality principles, right? So your quality
Okay.
was going up. At the same time, the time required to perform the task has come down.
Yep.
That means your productivity is also going up, which is good to know in terms of reducing the cost. At the same time, offering more value to your customer. So we also understood these kind of small improvements or these kind of continual improvements are known as Kaizens in Lean.
Fine.
Yeah.
Can I add, Satish?
Yeah.
Thank you very much for asking me, for making me also
Yes,
answer
sir.
some questions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, you made a statement that make it easier, right? Now, I would use a different jargons, no? Actually, the thing is, you make it simple. You make it simple. And as you say, make it easier to understand by them. Then they will involve. That means you are involving them. And then make them feel happy in doing that. All these things, all these things are philosophies behind it. So that what will happen, you will get what you want it in a shorter time. Understand? Simple philosophies. Make it simple. Make it make him involved in that so that he will be able to appreciate, he will have the satisfaction of contributing. Right? And he doesn't have to do much work.
See,
But
RK
still
used
feel
the
that he
word,
has contributed.
principles and philosophies. Principles are like, somebody spend their entire life to come out with a one-line lesson. Yes or no? Those are called principles. And which means you don't have to invest your lifetime just to understand that lesson, isn't it? You can learn something new, which is possible only if you embrace the past learnings. The best practices. Already, people have invested a whole life and come out with certain learnings. They are now presented to you as principles. Respect the principles, you will immediately start attracting great results. If you dishonor the principles, you will certainly start attracting negative results. And afternoon, we will be bringing you good principles, so many principles behind Lean, Six Sigma, as well as quality. Yes, sir, you can finish off and then declare the lunch.
This is the last from RK. After this, you'll go for lunch. Oh God, I forgot. Right, I forgot. I forgot. Right.
Principles and philosophies. We are talking about principles and philosophies.
I got it now. How do I put it in practice now? Tell me. How do I put it? How do RK puts that in practice just now in the session? We make you happy. We make it simple. And then we make you contribute and all of us get benefited. We just say that, sir, ask questions. Asking questions. That's all. I never said that you should answer me. I never asked Anita, you have to tell me what is the solution for that. No. You just ask me questions. Is this a simple statement? Yes or no? And then when you ask a question, you feel elated. When we say and expand that and then answer you more and more. Yes or no? A simple statement that ask a question. That's all. Likewise, you think, you will have a lot of creative ideas that you will be seeing it in your lifetime, in your surrounding itself, right? And make it simple. Make them happy. And then you will be the icon there. Thank you. And
all right. So
no more from RK, right? Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, I think it's time for our lunch. We are already delayed by 15 minutes. So 2:15, you are expected back. Finish off your lunch and sharp join by 2:15 and I want you to come back with the same amount of energy. If you overload yourself, we are not responsible for that, right? Come back with the same amount of energy. I expect 100% participation, like how you all were participating in the morning, right? So that we can be productive in the afternoon also. Okay, let's go for the lunch.